Hey, it's Annie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to share a couple of ways where you can create a more lifted look for your eyes. Actually, there's going to be several ways, okay, that I'm going to show you how you can easily lift your eyes. I'm going to demo two of them. There's a couple of things that you can do to lift your eyes. You don't want to, when you're applying your eyeshadow, you want to apply it so it kind of goes up like this on an angle. But say you did your eyeshadow and you kind of got it way too far out here and it kind of is pulling your eye down, okay? So one thing that you can do is you can take a concealer. I have two of them that I like. This one's from Charlotte Tilbury and this one is from Urban Decay. This is fabulous. This stuff is called the Quickie. I'm going to use this one today. So I am going to wipe off this brush, and this brush is key. You don't have to get this exact one, but get one that's similar to it. Do you see how this brush is? See how it's shaped and how thin it is? You can do so much with this. I actually use this to apply my concealer now and to blend it out, but I also like to use this just for cleaning up and to do this trick. So let me tuck my hair a little bit. Okay. So I'm going to take a little bit of this on my brush, just like that. And I even will take it and just kind of go like that on the back of my hand. So I just really get it on the bristles. It's kind of like when you're painting. If you've ever painted anything, you just want to get it at that tip there. Kind of doing the same thing. We're just kind of working it so we get it in the bristles right there. Then I'm going to take my magnifying mirror because I can't see, honey. And then I'm going to go ahead and go like this, and we're going to make a line like that. And we can keep going with that line. We're going to bring that line all the way up there. So you see already how it kind of draws the eye up, okay? And then we're going to take our finger and we're going to blend it out. Just like that. I'm going to pull my hair back from the other side so you can see the difference. Do you see the difference between that side and that side? See how that looks more lifted? Like, look at how much more lifted my eye looks from that. So easy. Let's do it on the other side. I don't even think I have to load my brush up anymore either. I'm going to go like this. So I'm going right from the corner here. Do you see that? Right there. And we're going to go up with it. You can see why you don't want to have a lot up at the side, okay? And now I'm going to take my finger, I'm going to do the same thing. Look at that. Look how my eye looks more lifted. Super easy to do, right? So, you want to use a concealer that's kind of bright. This one's definitely light, okay? This one's nice too, but I feel like this one's even whiter, you know? And you want to use a brush like this. The next tip that I'm going to give you is with eyeshadow. So I'm just going to pull out this one. This is my By Mario. And I am going to use this brush. This brush is from Rephr, and this is the number 23 brush. Let's see what it looks like. I actually need to clean it because it usually is a little bit pointier. I'm going to see if I can wipe some of this off and kind of get a little bit pointier. So I'm going to start on this one. I'm going to go about midway here. And I'm going to do really light strokes. And we're going to bring this up for a little bit of a winged liner look. Look how soft that is. And subtle. You see that? And again, look how much more that lifted my eye compared to the other side. It still looks lifted on this side, but just that little bit of that color, that little bit of a wing, kind of intensifies it and really brings it more lifted in my opinion. And I always like to connect it, so I go in this corner. Let me get a little bit more shadow. I'll go in this corner and just a little bit more like that. So easy to do though. Let's do the other eye. Again, I'm going to go right here on my outer corner. I'm going to bring this up. Now if you're doing this and you feel like you added too much, you just go back in with that brush and do that same technique that I showed you and clean it up. It's no big deal. Look at that. See how my eye looks more snatched and more lifted? Really easy to do. Another thing that you can do, and I'm not going to do it today, but I have shared it before, is you can use some eyelashes. Just use eyelashes. They do sell individual lashes. You can certainly do that. Instead of wasting like ones like this, you can do that. But I like these because these are more natural looking. So these are from MAC, and I think these are the 23. I can't remember what number these are. These were like my go-to for a while when I was wearing my lashes. But you can actually use these a couple. I like the way these are because they're not like your typical, where usually your typical, it's like short, longer, long. Okay, these are not like that. And I feel like when you cut these, they're going to match better with the outer corner, because here's the tip with it. You don't want to have really long lashes out here, okay? And then have your lashes be short. It's going to look goofy. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you want to make sure that you have lashes that are just a little bit longer than your own lashes. And once they're on, and you can even apply mascara on afterwards after you apply them, it's going to blend it all in and it's going to look really, really pretty. But all you have to do is just cut off the end. Like I said, I've shared videos on it. You just cut off the end here, and then you apply it on the outer corner, and just those lashes give you even more of a lift. So just a couple really, really quick ideas for you if you are, struggling with your eyes. Another thing that you can do too is when you are applying your eyeshadow, you can create a wing with your eyeshadow and do the same thing. This brush is from BK Beauty, and this is the number 205 brush. Do you see how it's angled like that? Okay. What's great about this is you can fit it right here. Okay, so you can apply your color and you can kind of stamp it on here, just like this. And when you're doing that, it's like you're creating a wing with your eyeshadow. So it's just another way to create that lifted look. Because when you're putting that darker color on here, what it's going to do, it's going to lift your eye up like this. Something else that you can do to lift your eye is to put a highlighter on the highest part of your brow right here underneath. So let me show you that really quickly. I'm going to actually use a caviar stick, but you can use a highlighter. This one's in the color rose gold. So I'm just going to go right here. Right there. See that? So if you put a highlighter, probably could use one a little bit brighter. But if you put something reflective, my mirror made it blurry. But if you put a little bit of highlighter right there, see that shimmer? It's really subtle. You can use one that has a little bit more of a punch. I don't have one right in front of me. I'm going to use a Q-tip. I'm going to use this one from Naked. I'm going to mix these two. Okay? But you want something kind of light. These are a little bit dark. I don't have something in here that's going to be exact, but you get the idea. Because when you're putting... Oh yeah, it's kind of dark. But it definitely is highlighted. Definitely highlighted. But when you put something, see how it is? You put something that's reflective, that's definitely more reflective than the rose gold, for sure. I want to use this and kind of blend it a little bit. But when you do that, do you see how your eye goes up here? So it kind of pushes that part of your eye up a little bit. It's just a little illusion. You don't have to use much. Use less than I use, and you want to use something that's got a little bit more of a punch too, just to create that little bit of a lifted look. So that's it. Just a couple tricks. You don't want to go too heavy on your lower lash line. You guys know that I don't like to put a liner down there. I prefer to use an eyeshadow and just blend it out. But if you are somebody that you have to use an eyeliner, then just make sure you go over it with a powder eyeshadow and blend it out really, really good. And make sure, like I said, that you blend it really good, and make sure it's not too low, because that can actually pull your eye down, especially if you have some sagging going on down here. It's just going to draw more attention to it. We want to keep it up. We want to lift it up. So I really hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it was a really short one, but I just want to share it with you. Hope that you enjoyed it, and I will catch you guys all in my next video. Bye.